Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world. I'm Dan Roddy.
Trish Stratus.
A brand new Wrestling Insiders Party with Marty is next. Wrestling fans, Boston Wrestling MWF Summer of 7 p.m., 7 nights a week has exploded online. Join the superstars and legends on Wrestling Insiders every night at 7 p.m. Spread the word. As first reported to our Boston Wrestling MWF family on Patreon, big things are happening as we wrap up our biggest spring ever and kick off our Summer of 7 p.m. beginning Memorial Day night, when brand new Wrestling Insider episodes premiere at 7 p.m., 7 days per week. We also kick off our Make-A-Wish Drive in high gear to help grant wishes to awesome kids that have been waiting over a year in many cases. After an Extreme Saturday with New Jack and a Demolition doubleheader with Axe, put the women and children to bed. As fresh from the Shawn Michaels A&E biography, Marty Jannetty returns for a Party with Marty tripleheader, Friday, June 18th, Saturday, June 19th, and then joining us again for the WWE Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, Sunday, June the 20th, taping episodes of Wrestling Insiders, watch-alongs, and cyber autograph signings. It's going to be a huge weekend that demands fan involvement. Head on over to BostonWrestling.com for complete information and pre-ordering option. Let's help keep wrestling legends working and great wrestling talk show content being produced. We can't do it without you. Help us explode into summer, 7 nights a week at 7 p.m. Boston Wrestling Sports and the MWF explodes into a new year of unknown with professional wrestling content galore, and we need you to join our family. Every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. after we review the previous night's Monday Night Raw, it's Wrestling Insiders at your house with the unpredictable WWE Hall of Famer, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas. Wednesday nights after WWE, NXT, and AEW at 10 p.m., you never know who's going to show up on Wrestling Insiders Special Edition. Every Thursday night at 10 p.m. after our NXT and Dynamite review, it's Marty Jannetty's No Holds Barred Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll journey through the 80s and 90s on Wrestling Insiders Party with Marty. Friday nights after the lights go down at the Thunderdome on SmackDown, it's John Cena Sr.'s Wrestling Insiders Fabulous Fridays. Plus, look for classic clips, bonus live episodes, pay-per-view watch-alongs, and more. If you want early, ad-free access to all of our Wrestling Insider talk shows, our acclaimed studio shoot interview DVD library, and to help keep wrestling legends working during the worst of times, for less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks, join our growing family at patreon.com/Boston Wrestling. Expect the unexpected in 2021.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
All right, wrestling fans, welcome back to Wrestling Insiders Party with Marty. Marty trying to get some memories of the Bolsheviks, but you had a memory of Mrs. Volkov more than the series of matches.
Are you sure you're not gay?
Yes.
Have you ever sucked a dick?
No. Memories of your matches with the Bolsheviks.
Well, one time we won.
Every time you won.
I think it was pretty close. No, they won some.
They went over once in a blue moon?
Yes.
The Bolsheviks?
Your wife is pretty.
Marty, come on, seriously.
Okay.
The Bolsheviks, you did jobs to the Bolsheviks?
Stop it.
No, honestly.
That's horrible.
They were horrible. I mean, once Nikolai was done with the Russian national anthem, there wasn't much left.
We on camera right now. I want to see if you tell the truth.
All right, let's see.
Will you have sex without your wife?
Would I have sex without her?
Yeah, I got you hooked. Yeah, will you?
With what's going on in my real world right now, I don't think that would be for the best. And I'll leave it at that.
So you really love her.
Well, like I told you, by the
you
time
know
when
what?
we're taking
That's
this,
so cool. He
we're
loves
having
it.
our big.
Is she your
I have
wife
to get
or
out on
ex?
vacation for. Well, I have to get out for a little wrestling to do in Florida, and I'm bringing them with me, and we're going to go to the amusement park next, I think, Wednesday. So. There you go.
I think it's pretty cool, man. He loves his ex.
Are there any memories of your matches with the Bolsheviks? Were they easy?
Yeah,
were they
one
light?
time
were they stiff?
one time I was winning the match.
Yeah.
With his name's Jim Nelson.
Yeah, Jim Nelson.
Yeah,
Doris Zucker.
and I saw you. I looked out in the audience, and you was up there fucking your wife in the audience.
Marty, seriously, do you any memories of your matches with the Bolsheviks?
I just told. Yeah.
Were they good? Were they bad? Were they light?
Oh,
Were
for
they
me, it
stiff?
didn't bother me. But what's his name? He just died too.
Nikolai.
Yes.
Yeah. A couple years ago, but still recent enough. Would have loved to have had him in the studio here to share his memories
Good brother.
and stories.
Good
yeah.
brother. Good brother.
Answer all some of the.
He told
respond
Sheik.
to some of the stories the Sheik has told about him
Well,
in the studio.
Sheik, that's what I was going to say. Sheik one time, you might have drank a little bit, and he came back to the hotel. They roomed together. They were tag team partners, and we kind of do that. We tag with each other. And came to the room. Sheik came to the room, and Nikolai he was naked. He was sleeping naked. I never roomed with himself. No, I was just telling you what this night. And he didn't have his covers all the way over his ass. And Sheik walked in, and Sheik said, "Oh, Nikolai, I wanted to." and the next day we got talked about.
He wanted to make Nikolai humble.
Yeah. And he said, "Oh, Nikolai, that was his roommate, right?
Yeah,
they were
obviously.
and they were there." And he goes, "Oh, I wanted to." And Nikolai says, "It's a good thing you didn't."
Be a hell of a way to wake up, I guess, from a deep
And
sleep.
Nicky would have got him, man. Nicky would have got him.
All right. Well, on from the Bolsheviks. The final TV taping of 1989.
What are you going to do about your
actually,
wife?
The
Girlfriend.
final TV taping
No.
before 1989.
Is it wife or girlfriend?
Marty, none of the above. Come on. I want to focus on the wrestling. The final TV taping in 1989 took place
Are you gonna
before
have sex
Survivor
with her?
Series. No. You began a program with the Powers of Pain, Warlord and Barbarian. Warlord, who we had here in the studio as part of the Paul Bearer
I love him.
Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive.
Did he like me?
He spoke very highly of you until
love
he
him.
sees these shows.
No, we love each other, man.
What were your thoughts of a new feud, a new program for you and Sean to work with? Not just Warlord and Barbarian, but their third at ringside, Mr. Fuji, the master
Oh,
of the
man,
rings.
that's my brother. You know he served a dog head up once.
We've told that story before, yes.
Oh, man, but you know it?
Oh, I know it very well, yeah. Tony told it too.
Grab right here, you got to transfer
All right,
it.
I got it. All right, let's go.
Right here, right here.
Right there, that one too.
No,
All right.
it's still there.
Your
here,
thoughts
bro.
about working with the new team in the Powers of Pain?
Do what?
Very different than the Rougeos and the Brainbusters who you spent most of
It always
1989
is.
with.
Every team you work with is different than the last.
Well, that's what we wanna
how
know.
you
We wanna
get
dissect
better.
it.
You learn. Are you sure you're not gay?
You know, I'm going to have to do a lot of editing to this, Marty. What did you think of the kickoff to this feud with the Powers of Pain? Did you say two big guys that really couldn't do a heck of a lot? Did you look at it as a positive challenge for you guys to try and make these matches good? Did you
weren't-
look at it as if it was going to be a long series of matches on the house show loops?
You want the truth?
Yeah,
We loved everybody.
yeah.
Sean was a little bit difficult. A little bit.
But I'm talking about Powers of Pain and
I
their
know what
work.
the hell you're talking about.
What?
I ain't new.
You're not new?
No, I'm not new.
I
I
know
know what the
you're
hell
not
you're
new.
talking about. We loved everybody. Sean was a little bit difficult,
Yeah.
but we loved everybody we worked with. And Powers, you know what's crazy?
I can't imagine.
All of them, well, I say all of them. Warlord was 6'4", 6'5". No body percentage fat, 0. Badass boy. And Barbarian, try him. Try him if you want. Nobody's gonna mess with that motherfucker. and it was our best matches. We were the littlest motherfuckers on the planet, and we go working with the biggest motherfuckers on the planet. Best matches. I love all my kids that I try to teach today, and again, I'm gonna say this: just work hard. Let it go where it goes. Work hard.
What was the magic of making these matches with the Powers of Pain so good, so watchable? I mean, the Powers of Pain, not for nothing. You know I like Bill and Barry, Demolition, an awful lot, but they weren't exactly classics.
I'll put it this way, and see if you catch it.
All right.
When that girl, that lady you love, I forgot her name. Your wife.
Yeah, okay.
When y'all have sex, you know how good it is. Well, it was the same way.
It was better than Demolition and the Powers of Pain.
Well, don't do it.
They
like
were kind
that.
of slow
Don't do
and
it like
prodding
that.
matches.
Don't do it like that. But yes.
What was the magic for you guys to get good matches out of the Powers of Pain?
Don't know.
It was
Everybody
just
loved
your
each
talent.
other.
That's it.
Everybody loved each other. Everybody.
I understand that, but I'm talking about the
Then what
in-ring
you-
work, the body of
me out.
work.
Don't make me come across the table.
I'm just looking for answers to wrestling questions.
Okay. What do you want me to answer?
Yes. What was the magic of making these matches with Powers of Pain turn out so good?
Makes sense, because they're fucking way bigger than us. They're muscle heads, and I didn't mean to say muscle heads, but they're they're huge. And here's me and Sean. So you work is like gnats, sting, 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 sting. Because they can do this, and that's how we did our matches. Sting, sting, sting. Then they go, and then they
You got a
got
big kick out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it really was. It was like giants working with ants in those matches.
It was.
But you guys had just the, I don't know if you could, but to me, if you would call it chemistry, as a non-wrestler,
It was.
Something about it clicked, and you guys made them look like $1,000,001.
No, they did us too. They did us too.
Well, I know our good friend,
Are you all right?
our good friend Joey out in Michigan has wanted us to watch the match of you and the Powers of Pain on, I think it's called WWF Super Tape 2 on WWE Network. We're not going to get to that this visit because we ran so short on time because of the footage that went missing thanks to Cecil the Lion, who was more worried about his medicine than the actual footage. Yes, Marty.
Have you ever been with a dude?
No, Marty, no, I have not. I have not. But Survivor Series 1989 was filled with a lot of dudes. You teamed with several of them. It was you, Sean, obviously, Jim Neidhart, and the Ultimate Warrior, taking on Andre the Giant, Haku, Bobby the Brain Heenan, and Arn Anderson, and what would be...
Can I tell my Andre story?
Tell the Andre story.
Andre, man, he drank so much wine, bottles. He'd sit there with a cooler, whereas we'd have like beer, like 10, 12, 15 beers, a case of beer. He'd have wine, bottles of wine, and he would sit there and play cards. He would play cards, and just goop, 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 goop. And it didn't affect him. He was just
a giant.
Yeah, man. And that's why Warrior had to buy him bottles. Warrior's like, here's a, it's sort of like a peace offering. Here.
Do you think that...
And Andre, Andre knew, like, you little bitch-ass bitch. You fucking give me this because I'll beat your ass.
Do you think...
Here, don't beat my ass.
Do you think Warrior realized what an honor it was for Andre to lay down and do so many jobs for him night after night?
No.
Really?
No, because I wouldn't appreciate it either. Look,
Why?
I love Andre. But if I would whip Andre's ass, I whip Andre's ass. I don't need them legend shit.
Well,
I'm the biggest boy. Yeah, fuck you, big boy.
In the history of his career, he only did a handful of jobs in WWF until that
Exactly.
feud with
And
Warrior.
Roddy
He laid
Piper.
down
Roddy Piper was the same way. Roddy was like, once you beat me, the mystique is gone.
And I think that hurt Piper. because I think that hurt the longevity of his feud with Hogan in the mid-'80s because he was never willing to be the one to do the job. And what's funny is,
I don't think he ever did one.
you look at the finish of WrestleMania 1, who took the pin? Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. I think Hogan's most successful
My brother,
house show,
love you, brother.
his most successful house show run ever Hogan had was with Orndorff. They did that house show in Toronto that had over 60,000 people at Exhibition Stadium. That feud was so hot. So was doing one pinfall job the right way? It was
Yes.
going to kill Roddy Piper?
Yes.
I think it hurt his longevity as far as that feud goes. Maybe they could have done more with it if he was willing to at least one time take a pin
Yeah,
from
well,
Hogan.
let me ask you this.
Sure.
Where were you?
I wasn't watching. I was too young.
You weren't one of the directors.
I didn't start watching wrestling until the middle of 1986. So I had to watch it
So,
on tape.
I always do this. People outside the company calling shots. Where were you? Was you part of the company?
No.
No. And you was calling shots? They should have done it this way. Where were you? Not part of the company.
Well, in your opinion, do you think Roddy Piper did himself any favors by refusing to do the jobs?
Roddy didn't have to do nothing. Roddy was already made.
But I'm saying is, do you think maybe it hurt
What do you want me
his
to say? You
stature?
tell me what to
I'm
say.
asking for your opinion.
No.
You
Tell
think
me
Roddy
what to
was
say.
right in not
I already
doing the
told you
jobs?
what I'm going to say. What do you want me to say?
You think Roddy was right?
You got gray hair.
I know. Do you think Roddy was right?
Yes.
fair enough then,
I
that's
love
all.
Roddy, man.
That's all.
But you really would have fucked Tricia Stratus?
Fast forward to Survivor Series 1989. Again, we mentioned the match. Bobby Heenan had to replace Tully Blanchard.
Do you think you would have fucked Trish?
Your memories of Thanksgiving nights in
I
Chicago.
got her number.
Marty, I'm getting aggravated.
Oh.
Seriously, let's focus on what we
Okay.
need to talk about.
All right, go ahead.
Chicago, Thanksgiving night, 1989.
That's pretty
8-man
good.
tag. You had Warrior. You had Shawn. You had Neidhart on your side. Andre.
Oh, that
Haku,
one. That
Bobby and Arn on the other. Arn's last night physically in the company. Tully was fired because of the coke bust. And there was something I'm going to
Are
bring
you
up.
sure about that?
Yes. And I'm going to bring
How
up.
do you know?
Because it's a fact.
I would have gone crazy. You know why? Because he was kind of rude to me.
Yeah.
To
Well, you
me.
mentioned that, but let's talk about Survivor
Okay,
Series
okay.
1989.
Okay.
Any memories of that night being on Team Warrior? No, nothing. All right, well. Do you remember having a goodbye with Arn Anderson when you knew he was done?
I love Arn.
Well, I mean, did you guys go out maybe for a meal or a drink, say goodbye, or was it just, I'll see you down the road?
One time I was standing at the bar with like fucking 4 or 5 huge of the boys. Like
Yeah.
they're all 6'6", huge as shit. And there's my little ass. And Arn goes, "Hey Marty," or he called me MJ. MJ, where do you see yourself fitting in right there? Because I'm the littlest nigga on the damn planet, and here's all these big bastards.
All right, again, as far as Arn goes, when he left, did you, any memory of him leaving, or just it was,
Who?
you shook it, Arn Anderson, when he left on his last night that night, you worked him.
I don't even know why they let him go.
He wanted to leave. They gave
Nah.
notice. And when they gave
He
notice,
wanted to leave
pick-
WWE.
because WCW was going to offer them a big guaranteed contract.
No, they were gone already.
No, they weren't. That's why they left. WCW started to give out
He only
guaranteed
got
money.
released like 2 years ago.
Well, that was when he worked as an agent. I'm talking about when he was a wrestler in 1989. They were going to get, I think
Oh, I
it was
don't know now. Yeah, I don't
$250K a year from WCW for a much lighter work schedule. But then WCW didn't hire Tully because, he was just busted for a cocaine failure in WWF.
Yeah.
And then they felt Arn had less value and they lowballed him. They cut him from
That's
250
crazy,
to
man.
150.
That's one of the best. You know what, man? I like to think I'm a good coach.
Yeah.
Look what I did. I put Shawn Michaels at the top, Bob Holly. Al Snow was already good, but, was out there all the time. 1, 2, 3 kid. All of them, like Bill, what's his name? Not Bill. Gunn.
Billy Gunn, yeah.
Billy Gunn. Gosh damn, Springboard, let me tag on to you because you make everybody go to the top. He called me Springboard. Your nickname should be Springboard.
So you have no interesting final memory of Arn Anderson in 1989.
I love Arn.
But do you have any final memories of the man
Why
before
you
he left?
yelling at me?
I'm not yelling at you. I want you to.
don't
We're
do it
talking
again.
about the question. I do. You're a good man. You know how highly I think of you.
You've changed.
But I'm trying to talk to you about this, and you're talking about nothing that has to do with this.
Don't make me come over to say.
So when the final, do you have a final memory of Arn in WWF or not?
Yes, I love him.
All right, good. All right, as we move along, dear Lord, dear Lord, dear Lord.
What's your final?
You know what I found
No,
very interesting?
no.
What?
What's your final memory?
Of Arn Anderson?
Yes.
He was on TV last week on AEW.
For who? Oh,
He manages Cody
they
Rhodes.
love him.
They do. And Tully. They both got deals with them, which is a good thing. You know what I found most interesting about that match, Marty? And I
What?
don't know if this would stand out to you. For the first time on a WWF pay-per-view,
You're still over there. I'm sorry. All right. Sorry.
who ended the show? What was the finale?
Trish Stratus.
It was not the Hulkster. It was the Ultimate Warrior.
He died.
It was the Ultimate Warrior ending the show. Did the boys start to realize at that point he was the guy
I
that
wasn't there.
WWE... What?
No, I will never say something I don't know. I wasn't there.
From what you observed, did you realize that WWF was starting to put that rocket on Warrior's back, having him end the pay-per-view instead of the usual, you know, the Hulkster doing the posing?
I can't answer something I don't know.
Well, was it
What
surprising?
do you want me to do?
Was it surprising?
You want me to lie?
I'm not asking you to lie. I'm asking for your opinion.
I don't know.
You don't know.
No.
It didn't stand out to you as
That's
odd
not
that
good
Hogan
enough.
didn't end it. Well, it stood out odd to everybody else. All right, well, and I guess that's that. We mentioned it a little, talked about the man when he entered. He had a very
Are we doing new show?
no, he had a very short run in the company. The Widowmaker Barry Windham. He came in 1989,
Yep.
and before
I
1989
love him,
came
man.
to an
I
end,
love him.
Barry was gone.
He's still alive.
I know he's still alive. That's a good thing.
He's a good brother, man.
He was booked for Survivor Series, and he was replaced. He missed out on that payday at the same time.
What did he go as?
The Widowmaker.
Yeah, but something else. We had the thing in the middle of his forehead. Oh, shoot, I can't remember.
In 1996, he came back as the Stalker with face paint. Is
I
that
think
what
that
you
was
mean?
it. Yeah, well, he had a tattoo. Remember, he had to lose.
Well, that
he
was,
was a
no,
good
that was Waylon Mercy, Danny Spivey.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Barry Windham.
Oh, do you love Barry?
I don't know him well enough. But any
he's-
memories of Barry Windham's stint in WWF? as
Yeah, one
Widowmaker?
time he set me up with a girl I shouldn't have been with.
Why is that?
Because she was pretty.
Why should you not have been with this pretty
Because I'm not pretty.
Oh, all right, well.
No, she was, oh, brother, she was beautiful. Barry could get the girls. That brother, he's like 6'8".
Big, tall, got deceptively tall.
And some of his dinglings, sometimes we'd be out.
Well, I
and-
don't know about that, but
Well, I'm telling you, and see some of his dinglings be hanging out, and we're like, God damn, what are we gonna do? And he would set you up with beautiful. When I was in Kansas City, when I lived in Kansas City, he hooked me up like more than once.
really,
Yes, and
he was generous with these women.
he had too many.
Really.
I got too many right now.
I know, I see, I hear your phone.
No.
But any memories of Barry from WWF in '89 as the Widowmaker?
Good worker.
Good worker. And wasted opportunity. This is a guy,
Why you say that?
Well, if he stuck around, I could see of him having worked with Hogan for the title, or he would have been a great opponent for Ultimate Warrior in 1990 when they lacked topped heels for him.
Who's the dude that walks upside down like a spider? Now, I mean now.
In
usually.
WWF?
Yes.
WWE?
Yes. Who?
Oh, I see what you mean. When
Yes.
Bray Wyatt does that flip thing backwards?
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you learn that? Because that's actually, I can do it, but a lot of us can do it.
Did Uncle-
But nobody did it.
Did Uncle Barry teach him?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, I'd have to talk
I gotta
to
go
the-
pee-pee.
I'd have to talk to the Wyatts or We're almost done with this episode.
Oh, I got to tell you something.
What's that?
Well, one time, me and your goblins, Henry and
As we skip ahead 6 years, Henry and Phineas Godwin.
Yes.
Yeah.
we accidentally got a girl. She was in that city, in that particular city. I think it was like not Fort Wayne, Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Indianapolis. And we had to go to Fort Wayne. And she was like a girl. If you're watching, I love you, sweetie. She was a sex fiend. And
Not like the Fiend.
I don't know about all that, but she was going to go with us. She did go with us from Indianapolis. Hey, by the way, I love y'all, but Indianapolis is a sorry. You know what, man? I done been all over the world. Worldwide, Indianapolis ain't got shit to fucking offer. How the fuck did y'all get them, what's his name, Manning? Peyton Manning. That's the best thing ever happened there. Do y'all remember when a bunch of us wrestlers, a strip club, it was a nice strip club, nice girls. And some of the Indianapolis Colts got a little attitude, and we all got in a fight.
Really?
Yeah, yes. And
Now, who was there on the wrestling side? Do you remember?
I mean, do you remember Bushwick?
Who?
He had the big thick beard. Bush. Who?
Big Bully Busick.
Bully, yes, yes.
So we're
Boy,
talking
he
late
messed,
1991.
He messed a few of them up. But I love football
What
and
a
I
short
love
run
y'all,
he
man.
had.
But
Yeah.
I don't need y'all coming after me. You're gonna be all jealous because the bitches are on us. Man, come on, bruh. God damn.
Well, unfortunately, I guess Indianapolis wasn't your favorite city to go to, but I will
No,
say
I
this.
still got girls there.
Good, good.
One of them is, what's her name? I'm gonna think of your name in a second.
All right, well, as you think,
No.
I want to try and salvage this a little bit for
Shit, I can't
the
think of
regular fans of this show.
Well, we
Do
fucked it
you
up.
know who Barry was one of the favorites of?
Everybody. Everybody
Someone
loved it.
in particular.
No.
Is she
Everybody
well
likes-
known by the phrase of, "How you doing, baby?"
He is so
Barry may have
damn
been the
what's her
first,
name?
from what I
Ann?
am told. Barry may
Ann.
have been the first, from what I'm told.
Huh?
Barry may have
With
been
her?
the first, back when he had the run in the mid-'80s.
I
when they
don't
were
think he ever
tag
messed with her.
champions. Barry?
He might have.
Well, yeah, I was told Annie was the first.
Where's the bathroom?
All right, as Marty gets up to go to the bathroom for the
Almost
18th
fell.
time today. Wrestling fans, Boston Wrestling MWF Summer of 7 p.m., 7 nights a week has exploded online. Join the superstars and legends on Wrestling Insiders every night at 7 p.m. Spread the word. Wrestling fans, I'm Dan Marty.
And this is the man of the hour, Leo Rush.
It's all over BostonWrestling.com and our social media. But Leo, brother, they got to check out some of this merch.
We got to.
Check it out, fans, right now available on eBay. You can add this to your collection. Support Wrestling Insiders and keep wrestling legends working on eBay. Get this WWE NXT TakeOver War Games 2020 11x14 limited edition autograph poster signed by everyone on the event, number 23 of only 100 made. Includes signatures from the Undisputed Era, Johnny Gargano, Damian Priest, Tommaso Ciampa, Timothy Thatcher, Io Shirai, Tony Storm, Rhea Ripley, Dexter, Loomis, and more. Comes with authentication hologram on the back of the poster. Also comes with mystery autographed 8x10 and an on-air shout-out from WWE Hall of Famer, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas, on Wrestling Insiders at your house. Get it now.
Cheer. Why, hello. I would ask what was on your mind, but I already know. You want to know what has got my beard looking oh so majestic. And I'll tell you, it's sexy as hell beard care. Coconut oil, vitamin E oil, almond oil, both sweet and bitter, shea butter, it's all natural. Yes, JTG has actually come out with a high quality product. So support your boy by going to sahbeardcare.com and take one step closer to becoming sexy as...
Wrestling fans, especially here in the Boston area, we want to thank our great friends at Red Rose for their support for all of our charitable endeavors and programming efforts. Red Rose is 2 years young and extremely thankful for all the support they've had from our neighbors here in Melrose and beyond for an amazing first 2 years. Red Rose thanks Melrose and all of the first responders who have fought the good fight and have never given up hope during these unprecedented times. We did it together. Follow Red Rose on Facebook for their anniversary special, facebook.com/Red Rose Melrose. You'll be glad you did. Open until 2 a.m. Red Rose will give you fresh, piping hot, mouth-watering food that'll put an ear-to-ear smile on even the toughest critic's face. Check out their full menu online at redrosema.com or give them a call, 781-620-1889. We are partying with Marty. If you could ever be, we have a very special guest with us in the studio tonight. He was able to pass the qualifications of the studio to enter for this taping, and he is truly a VIP. He's a very individual person. But he's here with us tonight having a little bit of fun. I don't know what he's going to think or if he's ever going to come back. That remains to be seen. But we're trying to finish the year that was 1989 with the man that lived it, with his no-holds-barred sex, drugs, and rock and roll stories, Mr. Marty Jannetty, the future WWE Hall of Famer.
I asked him, would he rather have sex with Sasha Banks or Tricia Stratus? What did you say?
I said I would not physically resist either one of them if they had approached me.
Pervert.
Oh, I'm still a man. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
do you remember that?
What? Let's talk 1989, folks. Dear Lord, Marty, I tell you, you were having the unfortunate run with the Bolsheviks to end the year. You were put into a new program on TV with Warlord.
One of them's dead.
What?
One of them's dead.
Nickel, we mentioned that last episode.
Oh, we did?
Yes, we did. And we mentioned your, as
Shave your
Nikolai was
beard
doing the
once in a while,
one-arm
man.
push-ups, you were doing some push-ups with
With the
Mrs.
Rougeos,
Volkov
yeah.
of a different kind.
Rujo.
The Rougeos?
Yeah.
What about the Rougeos?
The one-arm, push-up shit.
Well, that was during your marathon matches, but Nikolai was known just for exercise to do the one-arm push-ups.
Nikki?
Nikolai. And you were doing some push-ups with Mrs. Volkov.
Have you ever had sex with Missy Hyatt?
No. Have you?
Oh, well,
Have you ever had sex
man,
with
you
Missy
busted
Hyatt?
me right back. That was my mistake.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
I
as Buzz
fucked
Gorilla
up.
Monsoon
I
used to
fucked
say.
up.
Now tell us about your interactions with Missy Hyatt.
Oh, she's a good-
Beautiful, beautiful woman
One time,
in the 80s.
some of my students I trained, most of my kids were black, black.
Yeah.
And Missy Hyatt,
She had all of them.
every black person alive. And,
She had every one of your students?
no.
Oh.
No, in the business. And I'm not going to say names because I don't want Ron Simmons to come beat my ass. But she fucked every, I love you, Missy. I was just telling
She was an
some-
intimate woman. Is that a fair way to say it?
No, she was a hoe.
She was a hoe. All right, well.
Her and Sonny were good friends. So what does that
Well,
tell you?
Do you think that maybe...
I actually love Sonny. I love Damien, her boyfriend.
Do you think that maybe Missy went that route after when Eddie Gilbert passed away? Well, there was a lot of hurt in her heart.
No. I don't know.
What?
I
You
don't know.
You
No.
just know Missy intimately in a different way.
She got good pussy.
Yeah. No, that's good to know. Now, was it a one-time interaction with Missy, or did you have...
Me?
Yeah, did you have a
no.
long-term
Man, when she was
relationship with her?
beautiful, she was so freaking, excuse my language, I'm more going to say fucking, she was so fucking beautiful back in 1987. And we were the Lawless, Jerry Lawless area.
So this was down in Memphis. You made love to Missy Hyatt.
And she, oh my God. She was like, for me, she announced, we would do, a match, and she would be, the announcer, and like, I think the Rockers rocked too much last night. I mean, she was pretty cool about everything, but my thing would get so hard. It would get bigger than what it was.
Just because of
My
Missy.
thing's only this long, but when they get real excited, and her,
Missy was it.
oh, bro, she was beautiful.
Now, you weren't bringing her to the apartment you were sharing with the Nasty Boys, were you?
Did she ever come there and anything? No, I don't think. No,
That might have been
no.
for the best.
But it was still Tennessee territory.
Now, where would you go with Missy? Did she have her own place? Or?
It was somebody's attic. We'd go
Someone's
up there.
attic?
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I mean,
I guess it's better than going to the apartment with the one-bedroom apartment with the Nasty Boys, but
it was 4 of us. It was in both nasties. Where they at?
Florida right now, I would presume.
You want to call them?
No.
Okay. I got Niles' number. I don't got Sag's number.
I'll give it to you if you need it.
Sag's?
Yeah. But anyway,
I found my phone.
Missy Hyatt wasn't with Eddie Gilbert at that point, or was she?
I don't know.
You really didn't care at that
I
point.
didn't. No, I didn't. I never. Look, I like to fuck a lot of single girls because I'm single. But one thing I know I got no damn, what's it called? Not character, but Sanders. But one thing I will not do is fuck a married lady. I mean, I'll wait till they're divorced.
Yeah, well, that's a good idea.
No, but it was serious
Or at least
about
separated,
that. Serious about that, though, for real.
All right, Thanksgiving weekend 1989 for the very first time.
Did you ever
On-
fuck Sonny?
No, no.
Did you want to?
Maybe in '96, but
Oh, would you look good? I'm sorry, Sonny. Where you at? I'm sorry,
I'll tell
Sonny.
you this: I would love to have her in the studio. I think she'd have some great stories.
You know what happened?
At what time with her?
1995-ish.
Uh-huh.
I went back to work.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause
Again?
yes, because I quit so many times. They fired me so many times, but I came back, and she, beautiful blonde haired. Remember when they were the body Donnas or something
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
and all I saw was her. She was the one that ran up to me. Goes, I want to fuck you so bad. And I just got there. I just got back, right? I'm like, yeah, okay.
You'd known her
But
before that?
no.
Oh, really?
Well, I didn't know I did.
Oh,
And she showed me a picture. She goes, you remember this picture? And I looked at it. She was like 12 years old. You know, we did a Polaroid. Remember
she was
Polaroids?
actually a fan of the business, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry about the coughing. But yeah, she showed me that, and I'm like, oh. And I really did want to have sex with her, but I love Chris Candido. I love Chris. That was her boyfriend.
Yeah, Skip.
Yep,
Chris
Skip,
Candido.
Yep. And I could never look at her the same. Sean did, David Boy did, Brett did. Everybody fucked the shit
Yeah.
out of her. But I couldn't.
It was
Because
almost
that
as
that
common as going into the catering at the TV tables.
It was?
Everybody would go in for lunch, you know.
And they got all they could eat.
The days were sunny back then in the World Wrestling Federation.
I like Sonny.
The
I
house
like
show
her.
attendance really wasn't
She's in
much,
jail.
but again, yeah, I feel bad for
Again.
the poor thing. She's had a very difficult life. For all
And
that can be
remember
said
our
about
boy
her adventures and
Damien. Damien
misadventures.
called last night. That's the one she.
I
choked.
remember, yep. All right, well,
I
back
love
to
you,
1989.
Sonny.
Thanksgiving
Stop
weekend.
fucking around. I'm worse than you, and I'm still right here.
I need to have her, and Dr. David Reese here at the same time. Maybe
No,
to try
because
and
you
diagnose
love
you people.
No, you love your wife.
I don't need him to diagnose me. I know what my problems are. I can't walk.
What are your
I
problems?
can't
Name
turn
one.
my head. What's that?
Name one.
CRPS.
The fuck is that?
No, exactly. But Thanksgiving weekend 1989, for the very first time, the Rockers and the Hart Foundation, two babyface tag teams, were lighting it up in time limit draws on the house show loop. Any memories of your first matches with the Hart Foundation? Not later on. I'm talking 1989.
Okay. Are you sure you're not gay?
Yes.
How you know?
Marty, your memories of those matches with the Hart Foundation in 1989?
Good.
Good. Were you excited to see on the lineup sheet that much better than the Bolsheviks, I imagine, being able to work
No,
one of the
we
elite-
like working with him too.
You liked working
Yes.
with the Bolsheviks.
Yes.
What did you like
Every
working with the
match
Bolsheviks
is different.
for? They were
You know the
horrible.
powers and pains that scared. They actually scared us, and what's their name? Not Earthquake. Big Boss Man and One Man Gang.
Hakeem?
Yes.
His Twin
What do they call
Towers,
them?
yeah.
Twin Towers.
Twin Towers, yep.
Yeah.
That was WrestleMania 5?
Yes.
Is in
Our
the-
first WrestleMania.
In the
and
archives?
yeah.
We certainly don't need to revisit that
Scared,
right now.
scared. We were so scared. Like, how the fuck are we going? It's our first wrestling. It's your first Super Bowl. It's your first. And you're about to go look bad. The biggest motherfuckers in here, you're 220 pounds. They're 320, 6'8". What are you going to do?
But I'll tell you
Our
this,
first WrestleMania for our family, our
I
friends.
don't really want to go through WrestleMania 5 again, where we already did, but you guys put together one hell of a match. It was so believable.
Who was that
because
with?
Who were you with? You know who you were with.
No, I
But
don't.
every time you guys
No, I
did
know
something,
6 was the Orient Express.
5 was the Twin Towers. That was
that was the
Atlantic
one.
City.
That
Right.
was the
We
one.
already have covered that event. But the point I just want to make quickly was what you guys did in that match to try and make Boss Man and Hakeem sell for you was always double team type maneuverings, and it was very
have
smart
to when you're little.
because from a psychological point of view, it made sense. You guys
Yeah.
were so much smaller; it took 2 men
Yes.
to take down Boss Man or Hakeem.
Yes.
And I thought WrestleMania 5 sucked pretty much. It was a boring.
It
event
wasn't a
to
good
me.
one.
It was boring, but that was one of the better matches on the show. I liked that match, and I liked Blue Blazer and Mr. Perfect, and I liked Hogan and Macho.
Now, why
Other
you
than that,
make me cry,
that
man?
show was.
Let's cry for Owen. No, let's cry for Owen.
And it was one of the only times.
Van.
What?
Let's cry for Owen.
Cry for Hogan?
Owen.
Oh, Owen, I'm sorry. Well, we did an episode on Owen in the archives, too. We just mentioned him in a recent episode when he departed WWF in 1989, when he was the Blue Blazer exclusively. Someone that certainly had so much
You
more
know
to
what
give-
he did to me one time?
What did he do?
And he loved the rib.
Yeah.
He hid the car keys.
Oh,
And
you told that story.
I did too.
And they were in the gym bag? he called AAA to try
Yeah,
and... Yep,
he
yep.
called AAA.
And they were in your gym
But he
bag.
went through it because like he was late too.
Fans, if you want to hear Marty's memories about Owen Hart, we have a great episode in the archives. If
One
you want
good
to hear
brother.
Marty talk about WrestleMania 5, which that is in the archives as well earlier in our 1989 chronological order, the best we can kind of keep track. But I'll try and ask one more time and get an answer out of you. Were
Okay.
you guys excited to be working someone new in a babyface team in the Hart Foundation, even if it was just a house show, Lou?
Trish Stratus or Sasha
Marty,
Banks?
come on, seriously.
Oh, I was serious.
I've answered it. As much as I didn't want to.
Which one did you go with?
I told you, if both were in
Sasha.
line and physically presenting them, choosing to physically present themselves to me in that nature, I think Sasha would be first.
Oh, you going with Sasha? We waited a picture.
Right there. That's why she's so close to me.
It's meaty down there.
Well, I'm not going to go there. But I'm all right.
So you
back
really...
to these Hart
Okay,
Foundation
anyway, yeah,
matches.
what was the question? What was the question?
Were you excited to work the Hart Foundation, a babyface
Yes.
tag team, as opposed to the Bolsheviks and the Powers of Pain?
I like both, but we could do more with the Hart Foundation. You know, because they could work. They could do shit.
Do you think it was almost like a test to see how you guys gelled on the house shows, maybe for a bigger feud?
Could have been,
In the
but I don't
future?
think... No, I
Yeah.
don't think so.
You don't think so?
I mean,
really?
it could have been, but I
Yeah.
don't think so.
I wish that
We
came,
were trusted by them.
I wish that came to Boston. I
Do
would
you
have
love
loved
Brian
to
Blair?
have seen that. What's that?
You love Brian Blair?
He's always been very nice to me.
Is
I know
there
a
re-
lot of people that have come to the studio don't like him, detest him,
For real?
and have talked about
Has he ever-
anally violating him.
Oh, I was going to ask you, has he ever touched you?
No, and I would not expect him to, other than, well, pre-corona, maybe a handshake, but that's about it. Should I expect more from Brian Blair?
If you like him.
I don't like him like that. I think anyone that volunteers their time like he does
Hey,
for the Cauliflower
Hey,
Alley
you got
Club
to
is a
put
good
what's
egg.
her name, Linda? Linda's
Oh.
pretty.
McMahon, she is. Linda McMahon's beautiful.
Yeah, stop.
And I
No,
know-
she ain't.
Well, you said you pleased yourself to her at least one time.
You
and
fucked
know
me
what?
up, bro.
That's actually a great
I don't
segue.
mind saying, look, Linda, I like you to death a little bit, but you're an asshole. And you already know you're an asshole.
December 1st, 1989.
You fucked up Donald Trump because he picked you, what was it, Small
Business
Administration. God damn, you fucked up DT.
December 1st, 1989. Linda McMahon tells Pat Patterson, keep Dr. George Zahorian away from the TV taping.
That's the one that gave us our medicine.
She's hot. He's
she?
hot. I'm sorry. No, that the FBI was looking into his actions,
Yes.
Zahorian.
Yes.
Did you ever have any interactions with Zahorian?
Yeah, he played my feet.
No.
Oh,
George
no,
Zahorian, the doctor in
Pennsylvania,
Pennsylvania.
I know
Yeah.
exactly who you're talking about.
He
I
played
liked
with your
him.
feet?
I liked him, but was he gay a little bit? So what? You're gay.
Zahorian was gay?
Well, he touched guys.
Oh,
And-
I never knew that.
And why
I
would
tell you this, I'd love to have him in the studio.
I bet you would.
That would be a very interesting interview, I think. I don't think Zahorian has done any interviews since he got out of jail.
You want me to call him? I got his number.
You, jeez,
No, I'm serious.
I hope he's not prescribing anymore.
He got out of everything.
He went to jail.
How long?
I think 3 years, 3 or 4
But
years.
he's out.
He got out. Yeah, oh yeah. I imagine he lost his medical license.
I bet I can
as a
get him
result
right
of
back
it.
to the shit he fucked up with.
Well, I tell you,
I already know.
would you be surprised that Linda would inform Patterson to keep him away?
Here's what I'm gonna ask you
All
on
right.
that question. Do you think Linda could suck a good dick?
That's one I.
Vince,
I've
don't get
never
mad
thought
at me.
about.
Stephanie,
I've
don't
never
get mad
thought
at me.
about that.
Shane don't care. but Linda was such an asshole, and I love you, Linda, but you're an asshole. I just wonder, can you suck a good dick at least?
I think
mean,
she was in my few interactions with her. I thought she was very polite.
she always was. She was with me when I lost $500,000 in a lawsuit down.
She was polite to you that day
Yeah.
too. All right,
Little
well.
bitch.
But I mean, would you, in 1989, would you be surprised to learn that the FBI was
19 what year?
89? Would you be surprised to learn that the FBI was looking at Zahorian as a hot doctor?
No, I didn't know about it until 1992 or 3.
So you never got anything from Zahorian?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Why you want to know?
Well, because this is a very,
You're a damn narc.
this right now is a very interesting time period in WWF. In October of '89, a couple of months earlier, that was the key time frame when Vince went to trial in 1994, when the government tried to make it out that, you know, Titan Towers was
Do you know I
a
actually
drug
told Vince,
facility.
I told him, and to this day I'm proud. I told him what to say, and he said it in court, and they had to back off.
What did you tell him to say?
I ain't gonna tell you.
Well, I mean, there's a
You gonna pay,
transcript.
you
of
gonna
the-
pay me?
There's a transcript of the court records, I'm sure.
Right, then go see what
You
he
can
said.
save me the time of reading it. What did you tell him?
Don't worry about that.
All right, fair enough. You don't have to tell us if you don't want to.
I ain't going to. But that man taught me so much. I love him so much. People talk him down. There's nothing wrong with Vince. It's like Donald Trump, man. Everybody talks him down. Racist, 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 racist. Motherfucker, he made you the best motherfucking living that you ever gonna make. Try this Joe Biden bitch. And you know what? I've not fucked Kamala Harris yet. I probably will.
All right. Well, that's
What?
good.
You want to calm down? Okay.
Back to the point of contention. I always ask this. I think I know the answer because it's pretty obvious, but I think just for the record,
Tony
in
calls
case,
me a racist.
I know.
Well, I just said something about
If we ever
Kamala.
make a compilation down the road or so on and so forth, was Titan Towers ever a steroid or drug distribution center to you?
Not to me.
I don't think it was to anybody, but that's what the government tried to charge Vince with in 1994. But we'll
There's
get there
people-
once we get to
there's
19.
people coming
Thank you,
out.
Jackie. And Jim, well, you're taking a real break.
Say it out loud, brother.
Jackie, the joke man's heading out for the afternoon.
What we want to eat tonight?
I have no idea. Jackie, we appreciate
Your
your
place,
help, brother.
that one,
Huh?
that Chinese place.
We'll probably have something here before the pay-per-view.
Yeah, what's that place? Oh, yeah.
Kowloon is the name
Yes,
of it.
yes.
All right, wrestling fans, right now.
Do you know Sonny goes there?
I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of most Everybody went there at some point, unless they really didn't like Chinese food.
You got big ass eyebrows.
I've heard that.
You want me to shave them?
No. All right, I'd only do that. Our good friends at Noel Salon, 347 Pleasant Street, downtown Malden, Mass. Give them a visit at noelsalon.com. If they can make me look reasonably decent, imagine what they could do to you if you're in the Boston area. They have
Bring
some
a hooker with
wonderful
you.
people I love in my heart. Right now, we're going to take a brief time out. When we come back, we're going to wrap up the year 1989 with Marty Jannetty.
Dan, that's a nice shirt you got.
Thank you.
Let me have it.
No. The World Wrestling Federation was live at Veterans Memorial Auditorium in Des Moines, Iowa, Thursday, June the 3rd, 1993. Tiny Tim sang the national anthem. In the opening contest, Owen Hart beat Terry Taylor. Papa Shango with the win over Jim Powers. Luna Vachon defeated Sensational Sherry. Yokozuna victorious over Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Native American Tatanka beat Bam Bam Bigelow via disqualification. Rick Steiner and Bob Backlund, who replaced Scott Steiner, with the win over WWF Tag Team Champions Money Inc. via countout. And in the main event, WWF Intercontinental Champion Marty Jannetty retained the title over Shawn Michaels. If you were in Des Moines live, share your memories in the comment section below. Use the links in the description box to help keep wrestling legends working in our eBay store and on our world-renowned Patreon streaming service, so we can bring you more interactive superstar shoot interviews to relive the good old days of professional wrestling. Check it out. Boston wrestling sports in the MWF explodes into a new year with professional wrestling content galore and need you to join our family. Every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. after our Monday Night Raw review, it's Wrestling Insiders at your house with WWE Hall of Famer Mr. USA Tony Atlas. Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. after NXT and AEW, join rotating legends on Wrestling Insiders Special Edition. Every Thursday night at 10 p.m. after our NXT and Dynamite review, it's Marty Jannetty's no-holds-barred sex, drugs, and rock and roll journey on Wrestling Insiders Party with Marty. Friday night after SmackDown, don't miss John Cena Sr.'s Wrestling Insiders Fabulous Fridays. Plus, look for classic clips, history videos, bonus live episodes, pay-per-view watch-alongs, and more. For less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks, get early ad-free access to our Wrestling Insider talk shows, our acclaimed studio shoot interview DVD library, and help keep wrestling legends working during the worst of times. Join our growing family at patreon.com/Boston Wrestling. Expect the unexpected in 2021.